the season quest. I'm Charlie. I'm Troy.
And I'm Lucy.
No, just kidding. It's just me, Tom. I'm really sick, and so we weren't able to record season quest this week, which is when we're going to do intros and outros. So instead, here's just me, prepping you for the best season yet to come, Autumn, which I made. Really excited for you guys to hear it. Here we go. Get into it. Bye. Hello, welcome to Autumn. I'm going to start this off pretty simple. We've got 3 players here, and I'm going to roll a dice to see which one we're going to meet first, because they're all in different places in their lives. They're not living together. Lucy.
That's me.
We're in this town. It's called Beans.
Woo!
Welcome to Beans.
Just off the coast of a not the coast. What am I looking for? Just on the outskirts of a pretty big city nearby known as Conf. And the town of Beans is pretty humble. It's not got a lot going on, but what it does have going on is a pretty big farm nearby. TGI Fridays. Thank God it's Friday farm. And
it's thank great it's Friday.
Thank great it's Friday. And yeah, there's a rooster crowing as you wake up for your morning.
Wow, weird that I yawn first.
I'm DM.
Fuck. Well,
It's okay.
my name is Bowtie Friday, and I'm a cowboy, and I'm struggling to hear myself when I got headphones on, so I've taken one ear off, and I'm a cowboy, and my name's Bowtie, and I'm looking at a photo, and I wasn't in it.
Awesome. Howdy Bowtie. You hear the rooster crowing, and you're kind of like in bed, and then you hear a knock on your door, like, Bowtie, time to get up for breakfast now, hon.
Come on, Ma. And realistically, it's because I have a lot of brothers and sisters.
Yeah, it's a pretty big household.
I almost said dinner.
I got really close to saying dinner. Bowtie wakes up really late.
Yeah. Bowtie's a lazy teen.
I mean, thank great it's Friday's a huge farm. It's this big family business, right? Like, yeah, and so you
claim to fame.
Claim to fame. It's the only reason Beans is even on a map. To be honest, it's a pretty shite town.
Why do you think it's called Beans?
Yeah,
we grow them.
And you go down.
You grow the beans. Famous beans.
Yeah, it's
the
weird.
beans.
Well, what can I say? We grow mighty fine beans.
What kind of beans?
You
all.
You head on downstairs to a lovely cooked dinner. It's got like bacon and eggs. Cooked breakfast. Got like bacon and eggs and like
the whole shebang.
The whole shebang. Your little
Baked
brother is sitting there. He's playing with like little figurines on a little map.
Figure beans?
His name.
Sorry.
Your little.
So funny.
Your little brother, he's playing with Mighty Beans. Your little brother, Black Friday, he's maybe like 6. And your mum, was it Good Friday? Great Friday.
Oldest sister is Good Friday.
Oldest sister's Good Friday, mum's Great Friday. She walks up, she shoos the beans off the table, says, "Don't eat now with your toys and stuff around," and she dumps his big old plate of porridge for him. And she says, "Bowtie, table's made already for you. We got your favorite food, because it's your big day today."
Yep. Yeehaw. I don't know what my phrase is to get into my voice. I think it might be well or it's yeehaw. But you know.
I think well makes sense.
Well, thank you, Ma. I'm gonna sit down, have my breakfast, and I'll head on out of here, head on down to the Adventure Zone.
You excited for
Wait, no, that's a different podcast.
You excited for Harvesty today? That's the big old thing that's going on. You got your hero picking up her today because you just turned, 17?
Yeah, that's the one, 17. It's, party like it was yesterday. It was. We always have our characters have our birthday relatively nearby, huh? Mine was yesterday, apparently.
I know what's going on with you and stuff with your old cowboy business, but, before you go down and see your old pa, make sure you don't bring that stuff up. You know how he feels about it. He's not too fond of the whole cowboy business. Just tell him adventurer, put the cowboy hat down.
Yeah.
We all know, but he's still pretty worried about that sort of stuff and doesn't want you in the wrong crowd as such. You know why he's worried though, right? He's been through the rough enough with cowboyness. He's retired and he doesn't want you to get into that same business because he knows how much damage it causes.
Yeah,
his brother, his brother, big time Friday. The Saturdays?
The Saturdays, yeah.
He took his wife's name.
All the cousins,
Yeah.
They're great. They always hang out. Yeah, Saturday.
Uncle
The boys.
Greg Saturday. Uncle Greg Saturday when he got shot.
Saturday.
When he got shot, and
Yeah.
so it's
Yeah,
pretty
not ideal.
worrisome for your dad. So
Yeah,
I mean,
of course.
he's down in the shop. You can go say hi to him, talk to him before you go.
Will do.
I know he's got a present for you lined up.
I have a feeling Bowtie doesn't squeak.
And your mum goes back to. She goes outside. She starts tending to the farm. She feeds the chicken. She feeds the bean animals.
Yeah, and along with that, all the siblings would go out to help. Yeah, they're all farm types.
You're pretty. I mean, you were definitely a farm type at some point, but around. I'm guessing.
Like I know what I'm doing on
know
a
your
farm,
way
but it's
around
just
a
not my deal.
It's not your dream.
Yeah.
And your parents understand that and accept that. There's a bunch of bags lined up everywhere because and you know this because you are a farmer. Today's Harvest Day, which is a pretty big day where everyone sells their harvest for a lot of money. Happens this time of year all the time in Deans because confians come down. It's also the time when heroes get picked up for hire. They get their bootstraps pulled up.
By someone else.
By someone else.
Oh, your bootstraps are hanging a little bit. Let me get those for you. Let me get your bootstraps.
Now I want to pull them up myself.
So I'm guessing you eat your breakfast and you head on down to your dad's shop?
Nailed it.
Yeah. Nailed it?
That's the one.
He's hunkered down.
Yeah.
He's a very stereotypical cowboy type. Got that thick mustache,
Yeah, boy.
huge hat, arms rolled up as he's like...
Arms rolled up.
Sleeves rolled up as he's hammering a little tubed pipe of some description to make what you know to be a gun.
Yeah.
A little bang stick.
We got guns.
You got guns, baby. And he doesn't hear you come in. Sorry, store's not quite open yet.
Well, what about for a very special patron?
Oh, Bowtie, come over here. and he turns around. He gives you the biggest dad grin you've ever seen. He looks so proud of you. Oh, look at you all dolled up, ready to go.
What can I say? Ready to be a
I'm loving these
adventurer.
pants.
Yeah.
Loving these pants.
Thanks, fancy pants.
Listen, son, I know you're a boy, right?
Yeah.
Listen, son, I know.
It's time we lock this down. I need to know.
I think my favourite part of that is you'd also just said all dolled up. And then I didn't think about it until a couple seconds later.
Well, I was thinking dolled up, wearing all your best. What's it called? Wearing your Friday
Duds.
suits, wearing all your duds. So you're an adventurer now, son, and I know you've been shooting your whole life.
Yeah.
You love it. Love
Yeah.
them guns. But I gotta tell you something. One thing before you go on this adventure, a gun's a big responsibility.
Yeah.
A big responsibility.
Well, I've used my own, but I've always been using your ones.
Yep.
When we're practicing.
And I guess this is a sort of...
What? Huh?
Daddy, when you're a rootin', I'm a shootin'.
Yuck.
Rooting, getting all the roots out of the farm, obviously.
He's not a farmer.
And fucking your mother.
When I got, I guess, a pre-present for you. It's not yours
present?
yet. When
Nice.
when you're ready, I want you. And he pulls out this really beautiful gun that's plated with bronze, and it just looks fucking magical. When you're ready, I want you to take my lucky Stallion. I want you to take her, and I want you to use her in your life. I don't think you're ready yet, but once you've got a couple of adventures under your belt,
Yeah.
I'll
What?
handle it.
I keep losing my voice. I was so good at it before. And by good, I mean I kind of could
Yeah,
do it.
you had it.
You woke up in the morning, you had it.
Yeah, well,
That was very good.
yeehaw. What can I say? I'm a country guy.
So I want.
Country guys.
I just
make
want
do.
you to know.
Dude, are you okay?
He's just constantly thinking about horny country man.
You want to fuck a cowboy, huh?
No, I want to fuck a cornstalk.
When you get to the right time, this gun will be yours. But until then, he pulls out this crossbow that he's made for you, and he's carved in your initials BTF, not to be confused with BTS, Koreans.
For those of us not in the know.
BTS is a K-pop band.
Ah.
Hence why
Man, you must have been very worried.
Yeah, I was.
Like,
When he went Koreans.
it's like the biggest K-pop
That's
band
huge.
with the craziest stands.
Rabid fan base, yeah.
Mhm.
The whole thing.
I'm a rabid fan of BTS,
He
which
passes
of course stands for...
behind the scenes. Big tittied sisters. No.
Big titted succubus.
Big Titty Stepsisters.
Oh, there we go.
He hands you over the crossbow. He says, "Now, most crossbows don't. You gotta reload them, and they're real work. So I decided I added this little lever here. If you twist it, auto reload. It's pretty simple, right?
Wow. Well, I keep saying well.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, thanks, Paul. This is real neat.
Hey, kiddo, I just want you to know, you've been my boy since, you're the oldest. You're the most adventurous. You're the most like me, I think. And
I mean, yeah.
I just want you to be safe out there. It's a big world with a lot of big people, and I know you'll do just fine because you're my son, you're my bread and butter. But and he gives you the crossbow. He gives you a couple bolts, and he goes, "Now, boy, go up there and make your papa proud."
Thanks, Paul. Will do.
And your little sister's standing outside the shop, and she goes,
And make me proud too.
What's her name?
Will do.
Okay, Friday.
Dippin' Sticks Friday. She spits. She spits into a platoon. So I think that's a pretty good bow tie introduction. You're
Yeah.
going out into the town to
That's
get.
beautiful.
You kind of go to the town center and you get ready for your. You kind of set yourself up to look all official for beans for the harvesty. Sorry, beans is the name of the town for harvesty.
Yeah, I got my spurs on, got my hat on.
All right.
Looking like a cowboy.
All right. I rolled no, that's a 6. Next up, we have Charlie's character, and Charlie, introduce us to your character.
My character's name is Wurunwa. She is a lizard folk, currently living under a bridge.
Yep.
She moved.
Opposite a big farm.
Yeah, she moved into beans recently, after her unfortunate removal from her tribe, because they didn't really understand her new vibe.
A new chick.
Her
You
new
and I
shit.
haven't gone for the same tone, huh?
No.
And just nearby, you aren't really friends, but you know each other because how long have you been living under this bridge?
Probably like a year about.
Yeah, about a year.
Yeah.
So there's a fisherman nearby who comes and fishes
Yeah.
in the little river that your bridge goes over. You sleep on the
Frederick.
Frederick.
His name
He
is.
had a name, but
His name is Frederick.
name is Frederick. Okay. He's sitting there. He's just fishing. He goes, I haven't actually done a voice for him yet. Good morning. Wait, do you want him to be the French guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Make him French.
Bonjour. Good morning.
Hello. Shit.
Not Russian.
No. That wasn't Russian. Hello, Frederick.
How are you this morning? Do you want a little bit of some of my fish so far? Or?
Extra fish?
Well, I caught these too small to sell, so you can have it if you want.
I will take.
He throws it towards you, and
I chomp one and I catch it in the air in my mouth. Did I mention that I'm a lizard woman?
Yes.
you do.
Okay.
Just to check.
Yeah.
Good to check.
I catch one in my lizard woman mouth, and I grab the other one with my hand for later.
Were there 2 fish?
Did you say?
I think I just said
You
one.
said a couple. I'm pretty sure.
I think you said
okay.
a couple.
That's fine. I don't know what I'm saying.
I'm making everything canon. His name is Frederick. He's French. He has 2 fish.
Zion wanted to name this
Need to know
character.
3 things about me.
Oh,
Zion
just
wanted
say
to
one
name this
name.
character, but I actually don't remember what name she wanted it to be.
I'm
so
sorry, Cyan. I
fine.
named him Frederick.
Maybe it's that.
Come on down, take a seat next to me. Eh?
Okay.
Now, you don't tell me.
I sit down next to him and I just stare at the river.
You don't tell me much about, your past, how you came here. We don't get a lot of lizard folk around here. He's a grung, by the way. Just, I forgot to mention. He's a little frog guy.
He's got nice frog legs.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that. Why'd I make him French? Well, I suppose me and my wife, we was just wondering, would you want to come over for dinner or lunch sometime?
Yes.
Yes?
I would like to have dinner.
That's great.
I like eating.
I was also thinking,
You seem capable. You have a staff, and you can survive on your own.
Yes.
There's a big thing going on today. You wouldn't have seen it since you've only been here for not the whole year.
Yeah.
There's a thing called Harvesty. It's a heroes festival where heroes are chosen, and harvest crops are sold. And I'm going to be selling fish there. I was wondering, would you want to be like a guard for me, hero for hire sort of thing? And then we could try and get you maybe a job doing that, and you could get around and maybe live in a house instead of under the bridge.
Better survival. I'm still going Russian, kind of.
Yeah, you're also being very quiet.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of her character.
Cool.
I'm being very loud as a cowboy, so... Oh my goodness, I have a character that's being louder than Charlie. This is a miracle.
It's going to change quickly, I think. She's going to start screaming at some point soon. She's going to be like, I'm a wizard.
No, she's a lizard, not a wizard.
What kind of fish are these? Fresh fucking?
Yeah, fresh fucking fish.
Cool.
What's a reference to spring and summer that I can make?
What are there any humans in your world?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Human beings?
Yep. And,
I would like a new house. Yes.
Yes. I think that would be nice. I mean, we'd invite you into ours, but we barely even have enough space as is. Me and the wife are sharing a room. It's
Yeah.
hard.
Would make for better survival.
Yes. It's
Yes.
nice to get to know.
It is agreeable.
Nice to get to know you because I've never met a lizard folk before. I know they eat grung from time to time. It's pretty violent, but I think we get along. Yeah.
You continue to feed me, I think that maybe I don't eat you.
Great.
a little frog hops by through the river. He goes,
Okay, I take that as compliments instead of threats. I'm going to be going to harvest these soon, take all of my fish and start selling them so you can come then and...
I will follow.
Do you need to get ready at all, or...?
Wurunwa looks around, she claws some mud and just sort of wipes it on her shoulders, and she's like, I'm ready.
I see. Interesting. I love it. I mean, it's a food establishment, so nothing dirty on the fish, yeah? I don't know why I said yeah. Dinke?
Yeah,
Great.
no dirt on fish.
Good to know someone as strong as you, eh?
Thank you for the...
and he gets a tug on his rod, starts to reel it in, pulls up like this huge
Real
fucking
big fish.
salmon.
Well caught.
Thank you. I've got quite a lot. Do you want this for payment?
Yeah.
Yeah?
And he unhooks it and he gently places it on the floor in front of you, knowing your habits.
I take out my forefinger claw and I slice it down the middle. I gut it and I put the fish in my
Back? Just in your back?
backpack.
And he grabs the guts with his hand and tosses it out to the river.
For
And he's
bait.
like,
Yes. Fantastic idea. I suppose I keep fishing then, eh? Why not?
and he just sits back down, and you guys go back to your little silence that you kind of usually share.
I love my silence with Frederick.
Yeah. Silence with Frederick sounds like a book about World War II or something, like a World War II veteran who like looks after a kid. Silence with Frederick. Cool. I'm pretty happy with that being your
I'm
intro.
pretty happy with that too.
Cool. I'm going to throw it to Troy now to introduce his character. So yeah, you're coming out of the forest probably.
Yeah.
From your area that you're from.
So my little monk man is probably going to be coming out of the woods pretty slowly. He's a forest gnome, and his name is Duggen Ditch. And he's going to be limping, heading into the forest super slowly, out of the forest super slowly, unsure and pretty cautious of his surroundings, not having been in this town before.
And you walk into the town and sort of see it's a bit of a hustle and bustle at the moment as the Harvest Festival is just getting started. There's you can actually see like Bowtie walking around. You can see Wurunwa sitting on the bridge. It's a pretty small town. You can kind of make it out from one glance from an outsider's view. To you, it seems like a pretty diverse town filled with a lot of different types of creatures. So you might fit in pretty well. But also, like, what are you wearing? Like, what are you wearing?
The thing that probably closest resembles it is like a pillowcase.
Yeah.
Like, it's just kind of a sack that's got a hole for the head and for the torso, and holes where the arms are. And it
Yeah.
hangs down to about his knees.
no one seems to be acknowledging your existence.
Which is
full stop.
ideal.
Yeah. Yeah, no one seems to be paying attention to you, but you do notice there's a really young girl sitting on a rock who's kind of like dead-eyeing you, like staring directly at you.
I try to avert my gaze and like hope that she turns away, but I'm assuming she keeps looking.
Yeah,
so
she's got to be like 5. She's pretty young.
I meet her gaze and I grin, my toothy grin. And by toothy, I mean there's a lot of teeth missing.
How many?
About 7 of them are missing.
Out of...
You know, a normal gnome mouth, obviously.
Right.
Have you decided to come here? Yes?
Is this another voice panic?
Duggen nods slowly and wanders closer.
Still quiet, huh? Okay. This is Beans. Will it be your home?
Is she 5?
Yeah. She looks 5.
I have no home.
Ooh, he speaks. You kind of recognize this girl, but you can't place how or why. It's almost like every single time you've met her, it feels like you've just forgotten she exists as soon as you've walked away. And even as you kind of stop focusing on her, you start to forget a little bit about her as well.
That's how I interact with most people.
Yeah. I hope that you can find some peace, at least, since what happened.
I will try.
She checks this little watch contraption she has and then goes, okay. And then she just kind of disappears.
Where do I go? Duggen begins wandering nearer to the town, hoping that he won't have to speak to many more people.
And you walk through the town, and it's like you're getting this vibe. It's a very cottage core kind of town. Like it's all cottages, and it looks like
Farms, cottages, and
it's
cowboy
It's a lovely place.
stables.
At
But
least
it's-
one bridge.
It's not super dense, but it feels like there's a lot more going on today than any other day because there's just seems to be a lot of people walking around. There's these weird stands built up with vegetation. You can see one that says thank great it's Friday, beans, and it's these huge bags of beans, and they're just scooping them in and giving them to all sorts of oddly dressed people. And you can see as well a lot of people with clipboards interviewing strong looking sword wielding people, and they look like very official going, and you walk past one, you can hear them going, so no prior experience, but you have actually wielded a sword before, which is great, and we have here that you graduated from the Academy of Knighthood in 2003. And
2003 canon.
And the guy goes, yep.
It's 2070.
Goes, yep, just trying to get into the more freelance trade. And the guy goes, oh, okay, well, we'll take you into consideration for freedom of reiteration, but there's a lot of different types of people we take, so don't be offended if you don't get in. He's like, all right. Doesn't really look smart enough to realize that he's just been rejected outright.
This is Bazza.
Yeah, and you kind of are just walking through. You see proud-looking cowboy standing by, thumbs hooked through their jeans. You're wearing
Belt
jeans, right?
loops and
So I feel like I've got although I am literally wearing leather armor, it's very classical cowboy. Got the cowboy hat.
Yeah.
Chaps.
arseless.
If anyone's looking out of place, it's Bowtie Friday. Bowtie Friday looks like, while everyone else is dressed sort of country, Bowtie Friday is dressed full-blown, cowboy costume type shit.
And there are a lot of people in cowboy-esque costumes.
Yeah,
but nothing
quite as-
Bowtie.
Nothing quite as big as Bowtie.
The real deal.
Does Bowtie have a bow tie?
No.
And you're kind of leaning out to, people, the same sort of people who are turning down that night and trying to get their attention and stuff like that. But they're kind of ignoring you outright. They kind of think you're maybe a mascot or something.
Oh.
You walk up into the town as well, Wurunwa.
Wurunwa.
And you walk up.
Wurunwa is not wearing clothes.
At all?
No.
Okay, just lizard, pure
Lizard.
pure
Don't need
lizard
it.
vag.
The vag is not outside. That's
Do
biology.
you even see Shape of Water?
I know enough about lizard folk porn to know.
As a certified scaly, I can.
Yeah, you're like helping this guy carry his fish as
Yeah.
well. Frederick carry
Yeah.
his fish as he starts to set up the stand. Frederick's fresh fucking fish.
Aw.
$5.55 a gallon.
Sure.
A gallon of fish.
He puts them all in a blender first.
Can you guys all do like a perception check for me?
Yeah.
Alan needs dice.
I need dice.
Sweet. Do you guys want to tell me what you rolled?
I do.
I love being DM.
13.
23.
Shit.
Ooh, unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. Okay, great. We'll start with the worst one.
So we did the intro
Cannon.
too.
You're noticing, you Bowtie Friday are noticing a lot of people are going to your family store. It's doing really well. You are kind of starting to feel the fact that people are just ignoring you, and it's starting to hurt a little bit.
Oh.
And it's, it is pretty rough to have to go through that.
It ain't easy being a cowboy.
Ain't easy being easy.
Not allowed to talk to me like that.
Especially when you break your arm and Andy's not going to take you to cowboy camp. Like in Toy Story, Lucy.
Fucking Toy Story.
Said like in Toy Story.
Fucking Toy Story, Lucy.
Is that Toy Story 2?
Wurunwa, you notice you're pretty like good at looking. You've got lizard-like eyes. That
Yeah,
are-
I'm always looking in case danger.
Yeah, and you're not sensing any like. You do notice like out of the huge group of like people, there is one that looks incredibly out of place, and that's this like short little gnome in a pillowcase, who looks like battle.
Yeah.
Like what fighting looks like. That looks like someone. None of these people
I used to be a hunter.
really feel like they've seen something die.
Yeah.
This looks like someone who has seen more people die than they have alive.
Okay. Wurunwa is going to keep an eye on this. Just continue staring at this gnome.
And you notice Duggen, as well as noticing a lizard folk, which feels out of place, but you already did notice them. And this cowboy. You also notice this little booth that says "Adventurers wanted, experience not required, looking for a fighter." In brackets, not necessarily the D&D class fighter.
I was like, oh, that's me. Oh, that's all of us.
Right, Duggan walks past. Fuck, I'm a monk.
Yeah, that's his voice.
Oh, you also notice a fish stand
Nice.
where the lizard is.
Do I notice
Where the lizard is staring at you.
where the lizard's staring at me? Beyond that, do I see any gnomes around
No,
whatsoever?
no gnomes.
No
You are the
gnomes.
only gnome in this town. I said to you that there would be gnomes, not in this town.
That's fine. I picked Grung anyway.
All good.
I'm gonna do.
Which is French.
Bonjour. Comment ça va? Ça va
bien.
frog.
We.
I'm just keep trying to flag down those people like taking interviews. Hey, howdy.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm not looking for any. I'm busy right now. I'm not looking for any mascots or selling or anything like
I'm
that.
an adventurer.
Really?
Yeah, I pull out my crossbow. Yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
I don't point it at them.
all right.
What?
And roll initiative.
I mean, we'll take any applications at this point. It's pretty dead harvest, Only got about 3 really good heroes so far, so I'll be taking a look at you, I guess. What are your skills?
I'm an adventurer, and I'm good at shooting.
Okay.
And
So you have experience.
and tooting.
Sorry, you have experience adventuring.
Well, I've practiced with guns
Okay.
and my crossbow
Mhm.
and my whip.
Oh, okay. And
And, I got a lot of survival skills. I, work on a farm.
so
I work on Great's farm. I'm Great's kid.
so what you're telling me is that you have worked on a farm, and that's why you deserve to be an adventurer.
I'm also saying I practice with my whip.
Okay,
And
we
my
have
bow?
plenty of people who practice with weapons
And
every
my gun?
day.
And stop whipping, you two.
I'm
If Apparently, as a cowboy, you also had a nay.
We'll get there.
I am sorry, Sir Cowboy, but we are looking for serious applications only. And he walks
It's
away.
Sir Friday. Well.
And he walks away, leaving you sort of a little bit depressed, you know? You just got shot the fuck down. And you weren't even using your gun. Do you two want to do anything?
Duggen, failing to see any other gnomes or anything of that kind of, like anything that looks familiar, other than, no, he doesn't remember the little girl at all. Already he's forgotten.
Yeah. She's kind of at the edge of your memory. You can't quite pick up on what she was or where she's...
Yeah. He realizes that the only thing he's paying attention to is the growling of his stomach. So he heads over to the fish stand, having seen a lovely little mascot for it, dressed up like a cowboy.
Rude.
Are you all standing around the fish stand? I guess so, sure.
Well, I mean, it's one of the languages I can speak is Grunk, so, you know. I don't know why I'm talking in cowboy voice for everything. So, you know, I'm chatting to Frederick.
Oh yeah, Frederick's going, les dons fish cook.
Je m'appelle Bowtie.
Ah!
Parlez-vous anglais? Parlez-vous common?
Parlez-vous grung?
Oui.
There's a lot of fresh fish as well, but his like, because he's not getting constant customers, he's also frying some fish on the side, and they're sort of like these sticks, fish fried on sticks, skin peeled off, bones peeled out, head still intact.
Bones peeled out just really resonated with me, and I don't know why.
And they look tasty, and they smell fucking delightful, because it's the only thing that's really being cooked around here. Everything else is sort of fresh vegetables, a lot of pumpkins, beans, carrots, what?
I feel like this is the first time I've smelt cooked anything in a long time. So Duggen goes up to the stall and just makes a big show of looking pleading. Like, he doesn't say anything, but he's got his hands together, his eyes wide. He looks like he could burst into tears at any moment. He is a sorry sight.
And you see this?
Yeah. And I respond. You have seen death?
Duggen nods.
Yeah,
I see it in your eyes.
Duggen nods.
Would you like fish?
Duggen nods frantically, really excited at the idea of some fresh fish.
Frederick?
Yes. Oui.
You would like fish?
Well, is he paying customer?
Coin?
Coin good, yes.
From in his little booty socks, he pulls out a couple of gold pieces.
I've learned from Frederick that coin is what you trade with.
Yeah.
And he holds out about 6 of them, unsure how much is expected.
Well, 6 gold, you can have the whole bloody cart, huh? He takes one gold, bites it. He's real.
He's good.
He's good. And he grabs you like 3 fish sticks. He says, "You look hungry. Is that one for free, eh?" And he puts the gold piece in his little pouch by his on his belt.
Duggen makes a big show of motioning thank you and begins eating one of the fish sticks.
Are there bones in there?
No, they're bones peeled out. Remember,
Yeah.
there's still a head in there. So if you want to roll survival check to see if you eat a head, net 20. Yeah.
Nat 20.
In fact, I'm gonna say this: you swallow the head and absorb the bone's powers.
Hooray, bone powers.
Net 20.
Just
Yeah, it's a
ambient
delicious fish.
Yeah.
You're used to worse, let's say.
Well, I've never had cooked food before now.
When you're... Where are you from? You're from a... You don't want to reveal, that's fine.
Oh, I mean, I can, I'm just...
You grew up in a monk place, right?
I did, I grew up in
Among us.
Among us.
in a partially buried monastery further into the forest.
Which is kind of a secret to most people. It's not really well known because it is partially buried. Most people just think like, it's some dumb gnome's house, but it's actually a huge monastery. And in the monastery, do you guys abstain from eating cooked food?
Yep, we abstain completely from talking. We have been silent for the last 15 years.
And you broke that silence to a child.
I have broken my silence to that child, but I don't remember doing it.
No, so it doesn't count.
But something made me feel compelled to speak. I'm here now, and I don't know what I'm going to do from here, but I'm eating some pretty
fresh
good
fucking fish. And you can see, from your point of view, what just happened, right? You were talking to this grung guy that you know called Frederick. a mud-soaked lizard ran up to it, walked up to a gnome, said, "Have you seen death?" And then forced him
Not in a French accent, though.
forced him to pay for a fish, which the guy is now greedily just like scoffing down, swallowing the heads whole. Yeah,
I didn't ask, I told.
told. True.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
Well, I feel like that is going to be a very accurate reaction to what I've seen most of the time. Well, you know, it's always great how Harvesty brings in, you know, a bunch of different people. It's always nice.
That is true. Have you met... You haven't met my friend.
Don't believe so? Howdy, I'm Bowtie.
You introduce yourself now.
Hello. I'm called Wurunwa.
Nice to meet you.
You've gotten a lot better. It took me 3 weeks to get that name, eh? You kept saying, "Oh, my name is... I'm a lizard. I don't have a name." And
Yep.
now, you know...
No, I know I'm called.
Now you got a whole name. Good on.
That's what they call me.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you are... I mean, you look...
Howdy.
Swallowing the last bit of fish. I am Duggen, the ditch, Duggen ditch.
Nice to meet you, Duggen.
Hello, Duggen.
And realizing his voice echoes in like the small space around them, he feels like he's deafening himself.
You're not inside.
I know.
Okay.
No, I know. I'm just
Just in the immediate
just
area.
saying it, realizing the voice is so close to him, he
Yeah,
feels
okay.
almost deafened, like by his own voice, just not.
Then I walk in and just go,
Haven't
howdy! It's just like, ah.
He does flinch when he speaks, yeah, and when you
Man.
speak.
Pretty scary cat.
Hello, Bowtie.
Hello, what? That's your job making fun. Howdy, what brings y'all to Beans?
What is beans?
A gesture around me.
This town.
This town. Oh yeah. You know what's up.
I've lived here about a year.
And we haven't crossed paths yet. Wild.
Live under a bridge.
Oh.
I'm just struggling what you sound like. You sound like Taika Waititi from What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
That works.
Oh. Is that nice?
I eat fish. I bathe in mud.
She sure does, eh? Bathe in mud. Like a mud bath.
This is Frederick.
Howdy.
We've met.
we know each other. You know,
we
Bi-
trade.
businesses in the town, you know.
He gives me fish.
He's a nice grung.
He gives me fish.
He gives fish.
He gives fish.
Well, I appreciate the compliment, but anything for money, you know?
And Duggan just like laughs a lot, like does not stop laughing.
Like first time ever
Yeah.
doing it, so it just cannot stop.
Like he starts crying, he has to collapse down onto his knees, holding his like side as if he's got a stitch from eating so fast and then laughing.
He's not that funny.
Yeah.
You right there?
It long time since I've spoken.
Why?
Yeah. I don't think I've gone 5 minutes without speaking.
I took an oath not to speak
Why?
because I'm from the Ditch Monastery.
Why?
You sound a lot like my little sister there. Just asking why. I'm loving doing a cowboy voice. You can't see it in the podcast, but I'm just grinning ear to ear. Yeehaw.
Duggan's little voice has changed a few times every time he's spoken.
Well, he's getting used to it. He's still tweaking the modules.
But we take vow of silence to protect the knowledge, and I must continue to protect the knowledge.
What kind of knowledge?
Oh,
I shouldn't ask you that.
Yes, no.
What knowledge?
No. I cannot say. It is dangerous knowledge.
A guy walks over to you. One of those guys with a clipboard. He looks pretty tank. He's
Howdy.
a huge, strong guy. He goes, "You guys, grouper?"
I've eaten grouper before.
I also thought it, but was like, oh, I can't make the joke.
It's a real good joke. That's a real good joke there, Charlie.
Grouper adventurers.
Are you looking for a group?
Well, we had a few, but they dropped out. And if y'all are a group, I won't intertribe, but we're looking for...
We're currently in a group.
Bowtie's eyes go wide. Just like, this is my chance to be an adventurer. Yeah, we're a group. Yeah,
current-
definitely.
For
Yeah,
currently standing in a group.
Are you,
yeah, we're all one in this, right? Yeah, we're gonna be adventurers, right? That's why you're here, right? And I just keep saying right until I get what I want.
And Frederick slaps your back with his wet frog hand and goes, Well, remember what I said, the adventure stuff. You get the money and you could buy a house.
Better chance for survival.
Yes, for sure. I mean, I don't...
Yeah. I'm adventurer.
Frederick approval.
Yeah.
Howdy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hearing survival, Duggan just starts nodding frantically, like, sure, anything to survive.
Awesome. What's that voice team?
Team survival.
Yeah.
We're looking for a group here. We need one.
One almost silent gnome.
We need a fighter. We need
Uh-huh.
a monk. And we need a druid. Does that
Are you a
magic?
you
Well,
a-
actually, magic user in general, we are looking for sort of a druidic type of focus, If you guys, happen to know anyone.
I'm aware of magic spells.
Great.
Well,
Awesome.
we're your guys.
I'll, let me just get your names down real quick. Left to right, it's
Mota,
Motai,
Friday.
Friday.
Friday of the Fridays.
Okay, and then we've got, and we've got you here.
People call me
It's a long name. People call me Wurunwa. Long name. All right, and y'all have any adventuring experience at all? No experience required, of course, but good to know if y'all have any backup.
About 15 years, but I lost it.
You
Hopefully you find it.
lost it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put down.
I had about 15 years of adventuring, but I lost it.
I'm gonna put down not applicable.
Okay.
And weapons. Y'all experience with weapons?
Dipstick?
Yep. And
Duggan pulls out his short sword and does some sort of display of performance with
performance check.
Oh.
it. That is a 19 minus 2, 17.
You're not usually one for performing, but you're kind of like revitalized and seeing that fashion. You kind of almost you're thinking like, man, I want more of that. And so, driven by this sort of desire for approval and money and shit,
Survival.
you
Gotta do it.
You do a flourish with your sword, which is very fancy. You throw it in the air and shit, and the dude just looks like, wow, that's great. Sweet. And final checks. Do you guys all have your driver's license?
Well, I mean my horse license?
Yeah.
Horse ability?
Well, we're looking for a cart license.
I'm proficient in land vehicles.
Oh, well, that's good. All three of you, though?
I mean, somewhat. I mean, I drove carts and stuff on
I
the
got that
farm.
from my folk hero background.
Oh, wow. What's the background?
Duggan just kind of quietly pulls back a little behind the others because he's definitely never seen a cart.
All right. Well,
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
I'll get back to you guys
Okay.
about this. I'm just going to move on to the next town, if that's all right with you.
Okay.
Do you have contact information? I'll come back here.
Yeah.
I am
just-
under bridge.
Under bridge? Okay, I'll come under the bridge then.
I got the farm, the Thank Great It's Fridays.
Oh, yep. And you live...
I live.
Great.
And a single tear rolls down Duggan's cheek.
Great, meet you there. He slaps shut his open face.
You're leaking.
Opened up.
I put my finger on Duggan's face and drink the tear. It was leaking.
All right. He shuts his clipboard and he walks away. Then he kind of stops. And he turns around. And he says, "You guys do have your fees, right, for adventuring?
What?
Fees? We need around 500 gold to get you started."
Frederick has gold.
Oh, I am not.
Frederick.
I'm not. Can you guys roll insight for me? This is on the dude. If you want, it can be yours. Can be on Frederick.
That's a 17.
That's real good.
15.
Wow. I rolled a nat 1 plus 4.
Great.
That's not bad.
You kind of don't know anything about nothing,
No.
and you just start pulling.
Little gold coins out of my
and you're just
booty
counting
socks.
them. You're counting them. You're
There's at
seeing how
least
much you have.
5.
Both of you Did you want yours to be for Frederick, or did you want yours to be for the guy?
For Frederick.
Okay.
It's not Frederick. Yeah.
You look at Frederick, and he is clearly like, you don't know much about like feeling or anything like that. Yeah. You know what it looks like when someone does not like. You're like, oh, this guy.
At this point, I've learned.
Yeah, you've figured out Frederick a little bit, and you know him better than most.
Yeah.
You've figured out that Frederick is looking at you sort of with the sort of, I care about this person, but I don't care about this person nearly enough to give them 500 gold. I will give them bare minimum some food.
He's not ready to. Okay. Yeah.
6 gold was enough to buy Frederick's whole cart, so...
That was just the cooked fish. And your experience with business, and you also have been kind of warned by your dad probably a little bit about this. This dude is scamming you, and you're so aware of it now. He wants you to front fees so that he can just take your money and run. Most freelance adventurers, in fact, all legitimately identified freelance adventurers guilds don't require you to put forward any money or anything like that. They just require you to come in, sign your name down, and then you can get started. It's pretty rare for this sort of stuff to happen, but it does happen.
Well, sir, make sure, you get to the next town, ask some more people. And yeah, just, if you could not come back now, that'd be great.
Oh, all right then.
Frederick does not want to pay you.
Well, hold on, I didn't say that. I care about you. It's just, it's a lot of money for...
Don't worry about it. Don't worry
It's
about
okay,
it.
Frederick.
It's not...
I got the read.
Well, at this rate,
As you say.
gotta say, none of you would ever be adventurers. Not everyone's a cowboy. And he walks away.
Is that going to be the title of the episode? Not everyone's a cowboy.
He walks away with a sort of like a grouchy, like you can tell you've pissed him off by just telling him to fuck off,
Yeah.
And you guys continue to stand around this fish cart. Frederick sells all of his fish. He's doing pretty well by the end of it.
Yeah, I buy a little bit more of it myself.
You give him a couple more gold. He drops a little bit of gold to Wurunwa for guard duty, like 3 gold.
I just sort of slide it into one of my scales. Extra armor.
That sounds painful.
You don't know how lizards work.
I didn't say it was painful. I said it sounds painful.
It's not.
And Harvesty starts to finish up as all of these hero for hire people have left the town. People are starting to take down their stalls, and Bowtie, you're starting to feel the fact that shit, maybe you won't be a hero as easily as you thought.
Might have to wait till next year.
So what?
It's in a monologue. Leave me alone. I say out loud, all of it out loud.
It's a soliloquy. Yeah, and you guys, like even Frederick has started to pack away his stall now. I'm guessing, are still staying there pretty hopeful that something's going to come by?
Yeah, I've spent the entire day just kind of like finding more and more clipboard people to ask.
Yeah, and they
But
just
it's getting less and less.
Yeah, it's starting to you. It's starting to feel more and more like nothing's going to happen.
The amount of times I've heard we've already got a cowboy is
Oh,
unbelievable.
Shit, we failed at finding an adventure. Join us in season 8 when we continue
Season
on this
8?
quest.
We're skipping 4 seasons after this, and it sucks. It always sucks to lose, and the sun starts to set, and start to feel pretty hopeless. Your mum comes up. She goes, "Bowtie, honey, don't stand out there. You get a damn cold. Just come on in back home."
I look like I'm gonna go kick her off, but I'm really just like hitting my spurs on the ground so they make the funny noise. Yeah. Those are my bolo timing.
And I'm guessing both of you are just standing there because you don't really know any better, right?
Yeah, I think probably I'm thinking about, at this point, making my way to the river and swimming up it until I catch an eel.
Yeah. And you...
Yeah, I've watched this town for the day, and it's been interesting and exciting, but I haven't found any of the answers I've wanted, and I don't know where I'm going to spend the night yet.
That's gutting.
Yeah. Bone peeling.
It's...
None of that crosses my mind, and I go back to my farmhouse.
Bones
Alone.
healing.
Just wait a sec. You start to leave, and then you hear a wait, and you turn around, and there's a woman running towards you. She looks pretty out of breath. She's been she was like, "Oh my god, I thought I almost missed you guys."
You're out there?
Yes, I'm perfect.
Hello.
Hello, my name's Maria, and
Hello, Maria.
I am looking for some
That's what we
heroes.
Well, we're heroes. You know, we could be.
Could be. Yes, I mean, it's
We
fine.
can be heroes.
It's fine that...
Just one day.
It's fine that at the moment you don't look like much, because
Well,
I know...
A second tear rolls down Duggan's face.
I've got enough.
I know that you guys will be special. So and she reaches into a bag and sort of like fumbles around for a while, and she pulls out a bolo tie, and she hands it to you, Bowtie, and she says, "For you." And then she reaches into her bag, she pulls out this like long flowing scarf, she hands it and puts it into your lizard hands. "For you."
Okay.
And then she grabs a plague doctor looking mask, like long
Beak.
and she goes, "And for the gnome."
Cool.
Okay.
is that in or out of character?
Both.
Cool.
No, out of character.
Duggan holds it tightly and like places it over his own face, looking
Well,
through it.
hold on a second. Okay, so fair warning. This is going to be pretty shocking, but put it on and trust me.
I do the top up of like my collared shirt, and I'm not wearing like any bow tie or anything similar, as my name wouldn't suggest. And I put on the bolo tie.
And tighten it up. And as you tighten it up, nothing happens.
I place the plague mask over my face and look through the eye holes of it once it's clamped on my ears.
And you put it on, and it fits just right, but nothing happens.
Feel this kill me, Maria?
The only thing that can kill you is your own
The
mistakes.
fear itself.
That's true.
So, let's say short answer no. For now.
Okay. I wrap the scarf around my lizard lady neck.
And
You keep referring to yourself as a lizard lady. Like everything about you is my lizard lady mouth and my
Yeah.
lizard lady
I'm
neck.
very happy with it.
as Wurunwa puts on the scarf, you all disappear.
That was a good one. It was.
And you aren't beans anymore.
Oh.
And it's not nighttime anymore.
Put me back
It's
in beans.
day.
So,
But also,
beans is where we had beans.
Beans. Yeah, I'm thinking for the title, beans that done that.
roll perception. Both of you.
For
All you
episode
guys.
title.
Both.
Both of you. All of you.
17.
17.
Yay!
26.
Oh.
Man, to be 17 again.
You two, you two, both of y'all. Look
Team
at
17.
Who's them twos?
Toy, Duggen, and Bowtie. So I'll start with Duggen. Duggen looks at Wurunwa and Bowtie, and they both look a lot more mature. Bowtie's like dollar store cowboy costume looking ass has gone to like full blown fucking bounty hunter
Oh,
cowboy with like a dope cowboy hat, like one of them bandanas around their neck.
I got the
beneath-
fringe tie sleeves.
Yeah,
Got fringes.
studs. On
Proper
there.
metal spurs.
Yeah. Instead of the plastic ones that your
Yeah.
parents had given you. They've given metal ones to all the kids,
It's
but...
the metal ones that I had when I was younger. I cut it out of a can.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you're wearing that's important around, like, just around your form? You're wearing a leather jacket now, I'm assuming.
Wearing yeah, like, but like not like cool leather jacket like bikers wear now, but like cowboy leather jacket.
Yeah.
You can see like the vest underneath as well. It's not like an actual cape, but kind of like half capey thing. And around my neck, I have a bow tie. Not a bolo tie, but a bow tie.
That's incredible.
Because that's real cowboy shit.
Yeah,
You
and I
see-
noticed that.
You see Wurunwa, and she's sort of... I mean, do you want to describe how you look?
Yeah. The scales have darkened and have become thicker. The tail has elongated. My spines have sprouted. And in between the scales are a lot more like ribs and bone
And
fragments.
gold coin.
Coin.
And gold coins. Producing more armor. My frills are a bit more teared from combat.
That's real
Ooh.
lizard shit.
Yeah. I noticed how amazing both of them looked with
Yeah.
these advancements. That's
sure.
incredible.
And I have a instead of a wooden staff, I have a large. What does it look like, Tom?
It's like a... So it's a giant beetle stuff. So it's around... Like the
like a
the
beetle
horn of a Hercules beetle, which is around
Nice.
human height.
Yeah.
And did we say it was wings or anything like that? Or was it just the horn?
Just the horn.
Just the horn.
Maybe have like half a beetle thing on my back.
Yeah, just protecting you.
Yeah.
Seeing all of this, Duggen is speechless.
Yeah.
Wow.
And also Bowtie, another thing is that now you've got your crossbow's like it's at your side still, but it's kind of like pushed back in replacement for
my crossbow is now sitting kind of like it would have been sitting on the right side before if I had a proper holster for it. It was just kind of like attached to a belt loop because I wasn't quite ready to have a crossbow. Now it's kind of sitting kind of more on my back, and on my left I have my whip, and on my right
a real cool gun.
I got my revolver.
Ooh.
And
I do the thing where it swings around my finger.
Wurunwa, you notice that you yourself have changed. These other guys don't really like. They feel a little bit different. They feel a little bit stronger, but you actually physically notice that you have.
You've got more musculature.
Yeah, you're in tune with your physical form.
Yeah.
You know what the fuck is going on.
I feel more connected to the Fae.
Yeah, everything you feel like completely different. You know.
I feel like I used to feel, maybe.
And
how did you connect to the Fae? With the Wi-Fi?
and then you guys both notice that Duggen Ditch, previously a gnome in a pillowcase, is now...
He's slightly skinnier than he was.
Okay.
In fact, less skin than skinny. He's just a skeleton.
Oh.
He's a skeleton in his plague mask. His pillowcase hangs off his bony body.
Imagine a tiny little skeleton.
Yeah, and he seems to be held together with magic, it seems. Something is holding him together, but it's not skin, muscles, or anything else.
You've all kind of noticed that you feel like you all look older, right? Like a year older. Whereas Duggen looks kind of like he got kind of fucked up a year older. You know what I mean?
A lifetime older.
Yeah.
Well, she didn't lie. I didn't die.
It's because I put my mask on before Tom said to put them on.
Duggen, you don't know...
Well, I don't see myself.
You don't know that you don't know what's going on with that.
Duggen, you don't look so good.
This dead.
Yeah, that's not good. You alright? You alright there, Duggen?
Dead. You might have not seen death before.
Can't see it in my eyes?
Dead. No.
I'm not dead.
What?
You're like a cat who's like...
Well.
His frills like...
Her.
Sorry.
Her, Troy.
His luscious lizard lips confused me.
And as you guys are freaking out about the fact that Duggen is dead, that you're older, it feels kind of wrong, you know? Like, it's right, but it's also such a sudden change. Maria walks out from the inside of a tree.
Okay.
Kind of just pushes her
doing
way
there?
through it. Oh, don't worry, it's over your head. I'm...
Sorry, I was pulling faces.
Lucy was upset.
Lucy looked sassily away from Tom.
I did.
I've bestowed upon you guys some very important magic that's pushed you forward a couple of you. Oh my god, you're a skeleton. You weren't supposed to die, were
Well,
you?
aren't we all meant to die, you know, eventually?
Yeah, eventually. Only a year from now, though, I don't think you were supposed... I don't think this was in my plan. Has anything happened to you recently that sort of pushed this?
I'm dead? I'm a skeleton?
Well, definitely you're a skeleton. Is it a gnome thing?
No, I've seen gnomes die. I've seen gnomes die. They don't become skeletons.
You've got some strong bones.
They don't?
No.
What do? They just disintegrate? Anyways, doesn't matter. Weird.
Start tapping one of the ribs.
Does it? And it looks pretty attractive to you because you're wearing like ribs armor and stuff like that.
I want to play you like a xylophone. I want to play you like a xylophone so bad.
Okay, but you're still functioning?
Yes, why?
Can you punch my hand for me?
I-
Punch it. And you hit it, and she goes like, oh, yep, that's that strength that I was looking for. Good. So that's the only change, that you're dead. Shouldn't have any major side effects.
Oh, okay. Great.
My adventurers now. You guys are my adventurers. And believe me, I know it's super exciting to be part of this situation.
Apparently so.
Yep, I mean,
I mean, I'm personally quite excited, although I would feel different if I were in a different situation, I say, looking at the skeleton next to me.
What have you done to us?
Again, it's over your heads, but call it magic, right?
Magic.
I've given you...
Wurunwa looks up over her head.
Charlie looked up over his head.
You're not prepared for the tasks that are at hand. Most people aren't. And so that's why I pushed you a little bit further ahead to help you get to that point a little quicker.
One case pushed us over the edge.
Wait, have we gone to the future?
No future. I'm the same age, aren't I?
No future.
This is a different town. We're just in Conf right now. You know, have you ever been to Conf, any of you?
I imagine I have.
Yeah.
I've been there once or twice.
Been there for the theatre?
On a Friday field trip.
Nice. And so...
Every Monday.
No, you guys seem a bit more on the uncivilized side. Well, Conf is great. And one great thing about Conf is, and this is something you won't know down in the Hicks, is that the...
Hey!
The sticks, that's the one I'm looking for. The Hicks. What is a Hick? That's just like a country bumpkin.
Yeah, that's why I said Hank. That's
from the
my
sticks.
family.
Down in the Hicks from the sticks. There's a lot of jobs up for grabs, and I'm not willing to get my hands dirty, but I was thinking you guys might be able to. And here's one that I would really love for you guys to do. And she, kind of goes back into that bag, which, her arm seems to go deeper into it than, the bag itself.
Wow, I love Mary
can
Poppins.
go. And she pulls out a little paper scroll and she unravels it and shows you a wanted poster.
Well, that's been Season Quest. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Season Quest Pod, and we'll see you next Bowtie Friday. Y'all come back now, you hear?